As we discussed about how microchips are being patterned using light and chemistry, and I thought of explaining it how it's been done. So every microchip starts as a black wafer and a separate layer of liquid in the chemistry. And when the people think about microchips, they just wonder about electrons or the circuits. But I tell you, before electricity does anything, chemistry has to do the blueprint or draw the blueprint and NOC. And that blueprint is done by a process called photolithography. It starts with the perfectly flat silicon wafer. Engineer spins liquid chemistry called photoresist on top of it, and centrifugal forces while spinning spreads it into a layer just a few hundred nanometer thick. And as we discussed in the related video, photoresist is highly photosensitive or light sensitive, I better say. The wafer is then exposed to UV light, ultraviolet light through a patterned mask, and when the light hits, the chemistry of that photoresist liquid changes suddenly. Depending on the type, exposed region, either becomes the soluble or insoluble in the developer solution. And once the develop is done, parts of the wafer are bare silicon, parts are still protected. From a perspective as a chemical engineer, this is basic kinetics, reaction kinetics, and mass transfer rather, at extreme precision. And then next, what happens is the export silicon can be now etched, topped, or coated with a metal. Then the remaining photoresist is stripped away, and the process repeats itself. This happens dozens of a time for a single chip before it gets out of the production. And modern processors rely on the features smaller than the 10 nanometers, and that's only a few dozen atoms wide. At that scale, even tiny variations in the chemistry, temperature, or the fluid flow can ruin a chip. And that's why chip factories look more like a chemical plants than an electronics workshop. Clean rooms, fluid control, reaction timings, and the material purity decides whether a chip will work or not. So next time you use a smartphone or a laptop, remember your process isn't just designed; it's chemically printed layer by layer using light. So follow for more chemical engineering and technology facts explained simply simple.